Welcome back. Thank you for joining and watching this video. We'll pick up on one of the Excel lessons. I think we wanted to have something new and unique that may not be something that everybody would know. Uh, Today, I'll show you all how to merge four individual cells into one cell. So what we'll do is the individual sales data that we have in this table. So there are four different sales type data that I have here. On a Monday, product D, we sold 7 pieces. Product A, we've sold 5 pieces. Product B, we've sold 4 pieces, and product C, we've sold 5 pieces. So here we know, we can use the sum function. So if you want to do a sum, you can use sum open bracket. So I'll show you again, equal to sum. Use shift and 9 to use the open bracket. Scroll to your left. Come to the first first column. So first column we've selected Monday, which was the figure 9. So here now we'll use shift arrow key plus the plus sign on the keyboard. You can directly use the plus sign if it is on the numeric keypad. If it is from uh, the the character keypad, the numbers above the character keypad, then you will have to use shift and the plus sign together. Then we'll use the left arrow key again. We'll move further ahead, further to the left. We'll come and stop at column uh, R, R row number 8. Then we'll use shift and the plus sign again. Then we'll scroll to the left again. We'll go and stop at row number 8, column number K. Then we use shift plus the plus sign again, and then we scroll further down. You can see those cells are highlighted, the ones that we want to add. Now I come and stop and hit. uh, you can use the shift arrow key and use 0 to close this bracket, and now uh, hit enter. So it gives you the sum uh, of 21. So there is something new I'm going to teach you all today. You can actually, so if you combine these four digits together, uh, where sum doesn't work, average doesn't work, count doesn't work, but just to represent the figure in a way that all the four number merge into one cell rather than individual cells and individual columns. So something of this sort. So you can see this is a manual entry that I have done. For y'all, you don't need to use a manual entry. You can use a particular formulation, and you can copy that across the entire data set. I'll just show you an example. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, friends. So since I am back, I'll just quickly show you the formulation, which would be helpful for you to understand how to combine these four cells into one cell. So we'll use the equal to sign. Uh, we will select row number 9, column number D. Along with that, we will use the and sign. Then we'll select column K, row number 9. Then select the and sign again. Select column number R, row number 9. Then select and again. We select column Y, row number 9 again. And now we hit enter. So you can see here 5, 0, 6, 8. So all the four digits have been combined together, and the formula is very simple. You use the and sign between the four different cells, and you get the output in one cell here as you want. So, uh, you know, uh, Uh, this is one way of ensuring that your data is correct, but to be very sure that your formula doesn't change, and it takes a data from that particular column only. So what you can do is, after you prepare this, okay, we'll come to that in a bit. I'm going to show you how you can use the autofill sequence here as well, which would help you uh, you know combine the entire four columns of each day into one, and then prepare it similarly like a 7-day table that we have here. So we'll do one more example. You will uh, tap on equal to, then you will go and select manually on the sheet. You can do it manually, you can do it directly as well. Yeah, so this is the four cells selected together. You can format this cell. You can center align it. You can bold it. This is something that would be ready for you. You can fill fill this entire data set down by double clicking on the plus sign there, and you can see the whole data has copied down right to the end of the last particular column. Another way of doing it would be to ensure that everything is done properly. uh, we will go to the very first row. First row doesn't have the complete data, then I'll go to the second row, doesn't have complete data, then I tap on the third row. I'll click equal to. You can manually key in the cell numbers rather than going and selecting them one by one. So first column is column number D, and it is cell number 5. Then I'll use the and sign. Then again I have column number K, row number 5. I'll use the and sign again. Then I have column number R, then row number 5. Then I use the and sign again. You can use shift and the number numeric 7 on the keypad of the character keypad and get the and sign. Then I'll select the last column here, column Y, row number 5. Now I can hit enter, so it gives me the exact data merged of the four cells together. Now for you to center align this, you can use control B, which is how to make the cell data bold. Now the data is has been set to bold. Then you use the center align key on the home menu of the Microsoft Excel sheet. So now the data is center aligned in that particular cell. So another way of doing the fill down, you can add a dollar sign in front of the column. So what will happen is, uh, when you want to copy that particular cell the sequence will change. So now if I copy this formula, copy and paste it in row number AG, now it gives me, see now by default you can see the column has changed from D to E, then from K to L, then from R to S, and from Y to Z. So in this sequence, in this circumstance, this is absolutely fine because each cell you want to do a combination for a different day. Then I copy again, paste here, sorry, which gives me the data for Wednesday. Then copy, paste again gives me the data for Thursday. Copy again, which gives me the data for Friday. Copy again gives me the data and paste here for Saturday. Then I again paste here for Sunday. So this is the 7 days of the row. I'll format the cell in such a way that the least amount of space of the particular column is used. When I head to the top of the sheet, click on uh, the line that you can see on the sheet, double click on it, so you can see automatically the data is formatted and the cell is set to the lowest amount of space that it can take. So you can see when you highlight all the columns together and tap on one of these bars here, the data will automatically fit to a column. So this is in formatting you call fit to column. That is what we saw here, and we use the formula to fill right. And now what we'll do is we'll use the shift key and the right arrow key and use page down to go right to the end of the sheet, and I will stop here. And now I'll use control D. Control D means you will copy either the value in the above cell and fill it downwards, or it will copy the formulation. As in this case you can see each row, the sequence and the data has changed. You can see here 9054 together gives you an output of 9054. So this is exactly what you need to do, and this is how you use control D to fill the data down from top to the bottom in the selected rows that you have selected in the sheet. So I hope friends, we discussed about fill down today. Then you discussed about autofill again. We did it in the previous video as well. Fill down, autofill, uh, combining cells together. And there is another thing that you can do to ensure that your cell doesn't change. So if I copy this particular formula in column of Saturday, copy and paste it here in the topmost row. So since data for column D is not available, it has combined 162 together, which gives me 162. Now to ensure that the cell doesn't change, uh, or that particular cell reference doesn't change, only the values change, uh, we will go ahead and use a dollar sign. We'll highlight the cell where we want to place the dollar sign. We will use shift and number 4 on the character keypad on the numeric side, and it will generate a dollar sign. I generate another dollar sign here. Shift 4 again gives me another dollar sign. Then again shift 4 dollar sign again. Then shift 4 dollar sign again. So now you can see my dollar sign ensures that the column won't change. If I copy this data and paste it into the next cell, you see my row sequences haven't changed. Here it was 1. If I did not put the dollar sign, it would have become 8, 5, and 6. So it would have given me an output of 8562. So now if I go back, use the Windows and the F2 key, on your keyboard to edit or amend the cell. I delete the dollar sign, delete, 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 dollar sign deleted. You can see the cell reference number uh, is still the same. So what we'll do is we'll delete it. We'll go back to the cell, shift and the F2 key again, delete, 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 delete. So here we get 162. Now I use Control C, copy, and use Control V, I paste. Now you can see the value has now changed. So the dollar sign helps you lock the cell. Dollar sign lock cell reference. Then you have what you call thanks for watching, friends. I hope this information will help you in learning some new things in Excel, and hopefully it may be of some use to you in the future. So you can quickly save the link of this video in case you need to refer to this information at a future point in time. So thank you for watching. We'll connect with another video with some new ways of learning different stuff.